Hello, this is Chad with JCTC and Bullitt County Skills U, and this is my son Silas. My other sons are in the yard. This is Red, my cat, our cat, and I am teaching this lesson from my kids' fort because it's the middle of the coronavirus lockdown. And this is the only place that I have a blackboard to cover material. So what I'm going to cover tonight, this evening, is the 5 W's. And those 5 W's are who, what, when, where, why, and
How.
I'm going to cover, and like Silas said, and how. And I'm covering this because mostly for the RLA section, but this is not just for the RLA section. This is the basics of communication. This is important for all subjects.
Language, art, math, science, reading, and social studies.
Yeah, all of those subjects. So on the GED, there's science, social studies, math, and language arts, and this is important for them all. In life, this is important too. I normally teach in a detention center setting, and my students are inmates, and they get this concept because every person who's in the detention center has been charged with a crime of some form or another. And if they've been charged with a crime, they have a police incident report. Police cover this material on their police incident reports because if they did not have who, what, when, where, or why something happened, then whenever they go to court, they lose that case. And the person who either did that crime or did not do that crime walks, period, because the information is missing. Now, there are other jobs in life that this is important to. This is not just important to other jobs, though. Say like a journalist, whether it's for TV or newspapers or online articles. You have to cover this material or the people that are reading it will be confused. Now, if you're reading something and you get confused, these are the questions you need to ask. Who, what, when, where, or why. Now, I'm going to use this sentence, a simple sentence here. I went to the store to get essentials, to highlight why this is important, to highlight why this concept of the 5 W's is important for reading comprehension, because it's in the basics of all communication. It's not just reading and writing. It's speaking and listening. Because if you leave something off, say like I leave off the tense here. I to the store does not make sense. What do you think, Silas?
I went to the store makes sense, and I go to the store makes sense.
That's right. I went to the store makes sense because that's past tense. I am going to go to the store makes sense because that's future tense. And I am at the store makes sense because that is present tense. That's telling you when. Now, who is I. Went is when. It's a verb tense. Tells when something happened. Now, what happened is this in this sentence. To the store, to get essentials, it's all of this. Everything is included in this. Where? Simple. Where did this happen? At the store. Why did this happen?
Simple.
It's simple, that's right. To get essentials, right?
Right.
That's right. It's very simple. So if you notice, we did leave off how, though. I'm not going to cover this right now because how is chronological order most often, meaning how something happened. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You put these ingredients together, you bake a cake. You put these plot points, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this is how we got to the climax of the movie. You put all those together, that's your how. But it is normally included in what happened, okay? So how is normally included in what? But I'm going to cover that in a future lesson on chronological order. Now I'm going to use a mnemonic. So if you get confused while you're taking your GED test and you don't know what's going on, you're like, I have no clue what this is this is talking about. This word problem on the math, the science reading or social studies reading, or your extended response reading for the GED. Then you ask these questions: who, what, when, where, why? 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 And how. That's right. Now, all you have to do is repeat that mnemonic, and you're always going to be able to answer some questions about what you're reading if you're confused. All you have to do is say, who is this about? Where is this at? When did it happen? Where did it happen at? And how did it happen at, right? Why did it happen? What caused it to occur? Some of those things might be implied sometimes. They might not be there, because I could shorten this sentence, take off the bottom half, and it's not going to tell the why too much, all right? But it's implied. You're probably going to go to the store to get something. People don't just normally go to the store, right? And so you have to make a guess on sometimes. But in general, especially on something that's longer than a sentence, poetry, an essay, a story that you tell even while you're sitting around a campfire with people, a book, they all contain this information.
And what?
Games, video games, anything. They have to contain this information or people get
Video
confused.
games like Fortnite.
Yeah, video games like Fortnite. They maybe, I don't know why they are actually doing it. I know why, to win on Fortnite, but in general, you have to have these concepts, and you have to be able to answer these concepts where reading comprehension. You will do much better on the GED if you can answer these things, if you get confused about what you're reading. Who is it about? What is it about? What happened? What, where, when, why? Who, what, when, where, 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 why? Repeat that to yourself whenever you're confused. Answer those questions, and you'll do much better on the GED. Thanks, and I'll see you on a future lesson.